driven. It's all about what the volunteers want to do, but one of our primary missions is sustainability. Sustainability not just of the environment, but of the economics and sustainability of all sorts of stuff around this region of the country. We're all aware that this is a beautiful part of the country, and so ORA helps bring that passion to action. All sorts of things we work on, like healthcare, which is the focus tonight, but we also work on sustainability as far as farming goes. We have some farm to fork programs. We have farm to school programs. We help out with the farmers market. You may have seen Chef at the Market this year. Did anybody get to try out the cuisine that was being prepared down there? Yeah, come on, everybody ate some of it. Okay, so that's a lot of fun. We're also worked on the solar heat program, some solar power programs. So we have a broad range of programs that we work on. Again, it is volunteer driven. So it depends on what the volunteers want to do, what we focus on. We have Soul West, which we are lucky to have adopted. It's going to be coming to the Grand Ron Valley next year. It's going to be out at the fairgrounds, I believe, right? So we'll be out at the fairgrounds. It's been going for quite some time, but it's been down in John Day, right? And so we have been allowed to adopt it, and it's going to be coming here to the Grand Ron Valley. That'll be good for us economically, but it will also be good for spreading the sustainability message. There's going to be all sorts of great exhibits down there about solar and, just, well, Soul West. That kind of describes it for you. I won't get too much more into it. But if you have the opportunity and you're not already a member, we would like you to sign up to be an ORA member. You get all sorts of wonderful emails about events like this and opportunities for engagement. We'll let you know about the community garden when it comes up, so you can get a community plot over at the garden beside EOU, or you can help out with some of the other community gardens we have around the valley. Like there's one out in Union now, I believe, that's getting going, and there's a couple others across the valley that we can plug into if you are interested. Without further ado, we have excellent. There you are. Cheryl's going to come up and talk a little bit about the healthcare action team from ORA.
Well, I'm delighted to see you and to have 3 or 4 minutes to share something that I find personally very exciting, and that is healthcare movement in Eastern Oregon. In January of 2012, a state coalition was formed. There is a long history, so they have been working on healthcare, universal healthcare, for a long time in Oregon, but it created itself again as Healthcare for All Oregon in January of 2012. Shortly after that, ORA became one of the first 25 members of the coalition. And I can report that I just found out today that we're now up to 89 member organizations. And these are statewide in every part of the state. But what we are here with the Healthcare Reform Action Team is a group of very committed people that are excited about the notion that there will be a day in Oregon when absolutely everybody has the healthcare they need. And we believe that the way that will happen will be at the point in time when there is a universal, publicly funded healthcare system where everybody is in and nobody is out, and there's 1,000 slogans that give the message that we believe everybody deserves quality healthcare. So who are we? There are about 400 people in Eastern Oregon in our database, including Pendleton, and we've got that for Frank Harrison from Pendleton tonight. There are about 400 people that have signed that they believe that universal single-payer health care is the way to go in Oregon. And then there's a smaller group of about 40 that is part, and the 400 are in our database, and they're on our mailing list. Then we have about 40 that are people involved in the action team, and about 20 that come out routinely. The other 20 are episodical, depending on what we're doing. So there is a good core of people involved. Our issue is to educate, to mobilize, and raise funds. And we do that by holding community events is happening out with Fuji and Jim, and the tabling is sharing information and giving you an opportunity to participate with us. Our healthcare reform action team meetings are open to anybody that wants to stop by and listen to what's going on. And we meet on the third Tuesday of the month from 6 to 8 p.m. at the ORA office, which is 1119 Washington. And you'd be more than welcome. Anybody on the way out, if you can stop at the table and talk to Fuji and Jim for a few minutes, and make sure you leave your information, we'll put you on a mailing list. So, a couple of images to leave with you before I sit down. Well, this isn't an image, it's information, but 60% of bankruptcies in the United States are related to medical bills, and the majority of those people had health insurance. That's a statistic that's very commonly known. Over 500 Oregonians die each year because they cannot afford treatment. We did a survey, actually an EOU business class had a civic engagement project, and students interviewed 128 people and asked them questions about their healthcare experience. Many people said that they stayed at jobs they hated because of health insurance. One person is paying off a $9,000 emergency room bill, $20 a month. The one I want you to leave with, because it is the crux of why we believe we need to have a new way to provide health care for everyone, is the person that signed, you were supposed to summarize your experience, and it was childbearing $35,000 in medical